Hello everyone, and welcome back to the fifth in my small house series. This will be the small house for the plains biome. After doing the first four in the meadows biome and getting some feedback from watchers, I realized, it was a mistake to do them all in the meadows biome, and I should have been doing them in their own biomes. So here we'll be doing the plains biome house in the plains, here next to Yagluth. So as a reminder, this is going to be 6 meters by 8 meters and no more than 2 stories. So with that, let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to start with stone walls. If I can get this to snap in there. There we go. Alright, so let's go ahead and build this across and up this way. Get the outline of it. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Need 5 down. Go. And come on, there we go. 3, and there we go. So I'm gonna do the floor now, and use the stone floors here on the inside. Oh. Need to line it up right. I'm struggling getting them to snap in the right spot today. Get your act together, man. Come on. Okay. So I'm now gonna put the stone stairs along the outsides. Alright, so next going to do the walls. So the walls are going to be actually very open in this build, so I'm mostly going to be using the stone pillars. So I'm going to put the stone pillars at each corner and 2 next to each other in the middle of each of the sides, like this. And then I'm going to do 4 pillars up. I'm gonna build all these pillars up. Alright, next, gonna put some stone arches in. Gonna put stone arches at the top and at the middle, or the top of the second pillar as well. And I'm gonna do stone arches on both sides. Delete that. And on the sides, I'm going to do the same. If I can not destroy everything, that would be great. Alright, so the arches are now done. Before I do anything else, I'm going to put in the floor, the second floor. So this is going to need some support because I'm going to use stone floors. So I'm going to grab the wood iron beams. I'm just going to place them manually right about here. Going all the way across. Well, actually, not quite all the way across. There's 3 across. And then I'm going to put some here as well. And just going across like that. That's the way you want your iron beam supports to be. I'm going to grab the stone floor again. Put it here. Oh, that's not right. Like that. And on this side, it's going to go all the way across. And that one's going to stop there. And this one will stop here. This will give us room to make some stairs to come up. But next, I'm going to finish off the walls. I'm going to use the 2x1 stone walls to go around the second floor. For these sides, you can switch to do the 1x1 and do the 2x1, but I'm just going to stick with the 2x1 twice and let them overlap. That works just as well. Alright, so that is done. There's the rough outline of our walls. Let's go ahead and add some decorations while we're at it. I'm going to grab the dark wood arch, and at each of the arches here, I'm going to put the dark wood arch. After finishing up these dark wood arches here, I'm going to switch over to the beams. So you can use the 2 meter up top here, fill in these gaps, and then you can use the 2 meter or the 4 meter on the bottom. So after finishing the arches, I'm going to come over to the 2 meter beams and fill in these gaps here. And again, here will be a little bit of overlap, but that's fine. The patterns match up perfectly. That won't be an issue. Alright, there we go. Before I do anything else, I'm going to fill in the tops of the stone walls as well. Now it's time for the roof. I'm going to do the roof next, and then we'll work on moving indoors. I'm going to take the 1 meter wood beam and set up some guides. So once you get some guides set up, I'm going to switch over to the 4 meter dark wood beam and go. Oh, yep, see, that's the issue. Actually, we want to cover up these wood beams here as well, sticking out. So, but once you get it on both sides, it will hold no problem. This will finish up our house, our roof frame. Now, time to add the roof. So I'm going to start with the shingle roof oak corner 45 degrees. I'm going to put these in each of the corners and fill in between them with the 45-degree shingle roofs. Once you finish the first row, the first level of the roof, you need to switch over to the wood pole 1 meter, put it on each of the corners, and then switch over to the dark wood beam and connect in between all of them. Once that is done, switch back to the 45 corner shingle O corner roof. This one. And then fill in with the 45-degree shingle roof. After you finish that level, repeat that one more time with the 1 meter wood poles and the dark wood beams. And then we're going to finish off the roof with the 45-degree shingle roof ridge. There we go. And we have our roof and the beginning of our walls. Let's go ahead and finish off the walls while we're at it. The way we're going to do that is we're going to use these carved dark wood dividers. We'll start on the second floor in the windows, and we're just going to put these dividers here. We're going to go all the way up, do both to fill it all the way in. And we'll do this all the way around. Once you finish the top floor, we're going to head down and do some on the bottom floor. This might be a little tricky, and the easiest way to do this, honestly, is to break these stairs. And it's still a bit tricky, but you want to sink it down into the ground a little bit so that it's only sticking up halfway. We're not doing this all the way around either. Alright, this last one can be a bit tricky. There we go. So now we can replace the stone floor there. But as I said, we're not doing this everywhere. We're going to do it on these two corners here. Or on this corner here. Or these two openings. And then we're going to do it on this entire back wall and in this opening as well. So we're going to leave 3 openings that do not have the dark wood dividers. Once you finish putting in those dark wood dividers and replacing the stone staircases, we have finished the outside of the house. We've finished the frame, the stairs, or the walls, and the roof. Let's head inside now and put in our staircase. So for that, we're going to use the wood ladder. We're going to put one here, and then I'm going to switch over to the 1x1 wood floor. You can do the 2x1 or 2x2 wood floor, but I like the smooth pattern better. I'm going to go ahead and put those, and then go back to the wood ladder, put that all the way into the ground. Now we have access up here to the second floor. There we go. The next, gonna do some little bit of decoration right here at the staircase. Again, gonna switch back to the carved wood divider and put that on each of these 3 sides here. You might need to remove this wood ladder to get it in easily. I'm going to switch over to the 2-meter darkwood beam and just line it up. I'm going to put trim on the top and the bottom, and at the corners as well. Alright, like that. Then you can replace the wood ladder. There we go. You have our structure of our house. So for now, we're going to move down here into the first floor and work on filling this out, and then we'll head up to the second floor. I'm going to start with the red jute carpet, that over here in the corner. And on top of that, I'm going to put the dragon bed. That we want to put it over as far as we can so that there's plenty of room, because we will need it. I'm going to put the wolf rug, full of wolf rugs, down here. I'm going to finish up the rest of the floor down here with the box rugs. Right, like that. Over in this corner, we're going to put the round... Actually, before we put the round table, actually, we're going to put the artisan table all the way back in here as far as we can squeeze it. Right, like that. Now I'm going to put in the round table right about here. Next to that, I'm going to put the stone throne. Give us a nice seat. Over in this corner, I'm going to put the fermenter. Right there. That's nice and covered, nice and protected. Over here next to the bed, where there is room, I'm going to put the spinning wheel. I'm going to try to squeeze that in, but it's taking up as little room as possible. We can still get to the bed. We can get to the spinning wheel. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to do a little bit more decoration down here. But before I get to the decoration, I need to put in an armor stand. So the armor stand is going to go right there. And I need some light. I'm going to put some wall sconces on each of these double pillars. And hanging behind them, I'm going to grab the orange banner and put that behind each of the wall sconces. There we go. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the decorations down here. I'm gonna put some armor and weapons on the armor stands. There we go. That looks good. Then I'm gonna put a few horizontal item stands here. So I can put some food. Food is important to have. For that, I'm gonna use serpent stew, lox pie, and a tankard. Also on the table, I'm gonna put a fueling totem. Well, the last thing we need to do down here is, for reasons you will see soon, I'm gonna put some 1x1 wood floors covering up the stone floor from the second floor. I'm gonna do this all over the second floor. After you finish that, we are done downstairs. Here's the downstairs of our house. Let's head upstairs and finish it up. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a bit more trim around. I'm gonna put some trim on the floor here, some of which will need to be deleted and replaced later, but we will do that as necessary. And I'm also going to put some trim along the top. Next thing we need is a fire pit. I'm going to use the hearth, and I'm going to delete these two floor pieces. We will put the hearth in there. There. Right like that. That's why we put the wood floor underneath, otherwise we would see the bottom of this stone hearth and the iron cross beams. That just helps make it look a little bit neater underneath. Let's finish up the cooking area. We'll put the iron cooking station angled there as far back as we can, and add the cauldron up in this corner. To finish off the upgrading the cooking, put the spice rack hanging in the window here. We're gonna put the stone oven. This is one where that will trim will need to go away for the time being. Alright, finally got it to fit. Back in this corner, we're gonna put the chopping block right there. And then we're going to hang the pots and pans right about there. Right like that. Next, we need to protect ourselves from the fire pit. We'll put some 1x1 cage walls on there so we don't burn ourselves. Then we'll do the workbench. The workbench we're going to put all the way up here, close to the wall and fire pit as we can get. Right, like that. Over on this side, in this corner, we're going to put our forge. Again, we're going to slide that in pretty much as far as we can, making it look decent. Looks good, and that gives us enough room to walk through. Next to the forge, we're going to place the forge bellows, again squeezing it in as tight as possible. Over in this side, we're going to put our portal far back as we can get it. So next thing I want to do is add a little bit of decorations to these window sills here. I'm going to make flower pots. I'm going to take the vertical item stand, and in these short windows, I'm going to put 4 across, trying to line them up as best as I can. And on the big windows still here, I'm going to put 6 across. And on those, item stands, I'm going to put Grey Dwarf Brute Trophies. And there we go. We have flowers in the windows. If you're worried about this look here, what you can also do is you take a beam here and using shift, drag it down till it's at the level you want, right about like that. There we go. Now we have some flowers in the windows. The next thing we need to do is upgrade the workbench and forge more and add some storage. Let's start with the workbench upgrades. I'm going to start with the tool shelf, put that right here behind the workbench. And in this window, I'm going to do my best to squeeze this tanning rack right about like that. Up in this corner, all the way back as tight as we can get it. There, I'm going to put the chopping block. Then just to make sure I have the space for everything that I want, I'm going to put a chest all the way back in this corner. Tight as I can squeeze it back there. Next to that, I'm going to put the adze right there. Might as well finish up this wall with a couple of black metal chests. See, I can probably squeeze that over a bit more. Let's put that in as tight as we can. See if we can fit. See what we can fit up here. Can we fit a reinforced chest back here? Can. Over here, we're going to add the smith's anvil. Again, taking up as little room as possible, making it as tight as we can. Gonna put a reinforced chest next to that. Then I'm going to add the forge cooler right there. Next to that will be a regular chest, followed by the smith's anvil, or the anvils rather, right there. And back here, let's see what we can fit. Can we fit a black metal chest? Yeah, we can fit a black metal chest. And next to that will be the grinding wheel right there. And next to that will be another black metal chest. And then a reinforced chest. Before we put that reinforced chest, I'm going to put the forged tool racks right there. Now I'm going to put a reinforced... First, can I put a black metal chest up here? I can fit a black metal chest up here. Yeah, there we go. Alright, then over here, I'm going to put a regular chest back the corner there. Next to that, I'll put a reinforced chest. And next to that, I will put a black metal chest. And now we have level 6. Right now we have a level 6 forge. So the issue is the smith's anvil is too far away. So let's work on fixing that. 4th time the charm. There we go. Level 7 forge. Finally got it to fit. The storage and upgrades can be a bit finicky, but now we have a bunch of storage we can get to all over the place. And then we have a level 5 workbench, a level 7 forge, and a fully upgraded, for now, level 4 cauldron. And we have a stone oven we can get. Alright. The last thing we need to do up here is put down some deer rugs. Let's go ahead and throw down a few of these here. So it's pretty tight up here, but yeah, we can fit. So, the last thing we need in the house as a little bit of festive decorations. So we'll stick the Yule tree over here. Great. So it is time to move outside. The first thing we're going to do out here is we're going to put down our hot tub right here. And let's put some wood in it and double check that we can get full 20 comfort here. At least 20 comfort with the Yule tree. If we didn't have that, it would be 19, which is all that we could get. Over here, we're going to put the kilns, smelters, and everything else that we'll need to finish off this build. We'll put down a couple of kilns, because you always need more kilns in my opinion. Smelter. And a blast furnace. Right there. There we go. Up on this hill, where there's plenty of access to wind, we're going to add a windmill. There we go. Let's finish off the decorations on the house and then we'll go into the farm. I'm going to grab the item stand and put it in the center of each wall at the level of the second floor. And attached to each of those, I'm going to put some heads, some big trophies. Let's put a fueling berserker there. Locks. Oh, not that. Locks trophy there. Over here we'll put motor. And on the side close to the ocean, we'll put a sea serpent. There we are. There is our house. Last thing we need to do is the garden. As with the other gardens, they need bees. We'll put some bees at the corners. And then using the plant everything mod in between them, I'm going to plant cloudberry bushes all along all of the sides. After planting the cloudberry bushes, I'm going to plant some barley and some flax to fill out the garden. And here we go. We have our garden all planted. Got lots of barley, lots of flax, and I did not replace the stone stairs here, so that needs to be done. And that should finish up our plains house. The last thing I want to do is I want to, at each of these corners, again using the plant everything mod, plant a small plains bush. Just add a little bit more color, a little bit more vibrance to our build. And with that, our plains house is done. I hope you enjoyed, got something you liked out of it. I'm going to do a quick run through and fly around. Next week, I'm going to finish off this small house challenge with the Mistlands Biome Small House. So until then, thank you for stopping by, and take care.